Assalamu alaikum dear students. Today we will discuss human physiology MCQs part 2nd. The part of the neuron that receives impulses in the option A axon, B dendrites, C synapse, option D all of the above. So the correct option is B dendrites. Explanation is dendrites are branched extensions of neurons that receives electrical signals from the other neurons and transmit them toward the cell body, which case stimulates breathing by acting on the respiratory center in the brain. Option A oxygen, B carbon dioxide, C nitrogen, and option D hydrogen. So the correct option is B carbon dioxide. Explanation is elevated CO2 levels in the blood lower the pH, which is detected by the respiratory center in the medulla oblongata, stimulating breathing. Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update from early technologist. Which structure in the eye is responsible for controlling the diameter of the pupil? Option A cornea, B iris, C lens, and option D retina. So the correct option is B iris. Explanation: the iris contains smooth muscles that adjust the size of the pupil to control the amount of the light entering into the eye. This is very important MCQs. Which part of the brain controls body temperature, hunger, and thirst? Option A cerebrum, B hypothalamus, C pons, and option D cerebellum. So the correct option is B hypothalamus. Explanation is the hypothalamus regulates homeostatic function such as body temperature, appetite, and water balance. The main function of the platelets in the blood is option A transport oxygen, B fight infection, C blood clotting, and option D maintain osmotic balance. So the correct option is C blood clotting. Platelets or thrombocytes are the cell's fragments that play a critical role in the hemostasis by forming plugs at sites of vessel injuries. Which hormone regulates the sleep-wake cycle? Option A cortisol, B insulin, C melatonin, and option D thyroxine. So the correct option is C melatonin. Melatonin is secreted by the pineal gland, which helps to control circadian rhythms and promotes sleep. The process by which white blood cells WBCs engulf pathogens is called option A exocytosis, B endocytosis, C phagocytosis, and option D pinocytosis. So the correct option is C phagocytosis. The phagocytosis is when immune cells like macrophages and neutrophils engulf and digest harmful microorganisms and debris. Which part of the heart pumps oxygenated blood to the body? Option A right atrium, B right ventricle, C left atrium, and option D, left ventricle. So the correct option is D, left ventricle. Explanation is the left ventricle pumps oxygen-rich blood into the aorta, from where it is distributed throughout the body. Which muscle type is involuntary and found in the walls of the internal organs? Option A, skeletal muscle, B, cardiac muscle, C, smooth muscle, and option D, voluntary muscle. So the correct option is C, smooth muscle. Explanation is smooth muscles are involuntary, non-striated muscles found in organs like the intestines, bladder, and blood vessels. Which of the following structures prevents food from entering the windpipe during swallowing? Option A, vulva, B, epiglottis, C, pharynx, and option D, larynx. So the correct option is B, epiglottis. The epiglottis is a flap-like structure that covers the trachea during swallowing, preventing food from entering the respiratory tract. The respiratory site for nutrient absorption in the digestive system is option A, stomach, B, large intestine, C, small intestine, and option D, esophagus. So the correct option is C, small intestine. The small intestine, especially the jejunum and ileum, is where most digestion and nutrient absorption occur due to its large surface area with villi and microvilli. The exchange of gases in the lungs occurs in option A, bronchi, B, bronchioles, C, alveoli, and option D, trachea. So the correct option is C, alveoli. The alveoli are thin-walled sacs where oxygen diffuses into the blood and carbon dioxide diffuses out. The functional unit of the liver is called option A, nephron, B, lobule, C, alveolus, and option D, villus. So the correct option is B, lobule. Explanation is the liver is organized into the lobules which consist of hepatocytes arranged around a central vein, performing detoxification and metabolism. Dear students, this is very important MCQs. The valve between the left atrium and left ventricle is option A, tricuspid valve, B, pulmonary valve, C, mitral valve, and option D, aortic valve. So the correct option is C, mitral valve. The mitral valve, also known as bicuspid valve, the mitral valve controls blood flow from the left atrium to the left ventricle. Which of the following is responsible for the myelin sheath formation in the central nervous system? Option A, Schwann cell, B, oligodendrocytes, C, astrocytes, option D, microglia. So the correct option is B, oligodendrocytes. The oligodendrocytes myelinated neurons in the CNS, central nervous system, while Schwann cells perform this role in the peripheral nervous system. Which organ produces bile? Option A, pancreas, B, liver, C, gallbladder, and option D, small intestine. So the correct option is B, liver. The liver produces bile which is stored in the gallbladder and aids in fat digestion. The hormone that stimulates milk ejection is option A prolactin, B oxytocin, C estrogen, and option D progesterone. So the correct option is B oxytocin. Oxytocin released from the posterior pituitary triggers the contraction of smooth muscles in the breast, aiding in milk ejection during breastfeeding. The exchange of the gases between the alveoli and blood occurs by option A active transport, B osmosis, C diffusion, and option D filtration. So the correct option is C diffusion. Explanation is gas exchange in the lungs occurs by simple diffusion where oxygen moves from alveoli high concentration to the blood low concentration and CO2 moves in the opposite direction. Dear student, this is very important MCQs. Which enzyme initiates the digestion of proteins in the stomach? Option A amylase, B pepsin, C trypsin, and option D lipase. So the correct option is B pepsin. Explanation: the pepsin is secreted by stomach, is a pepsinogen and activated by HCl. It starts breaking down proteins into smaller peptides. The enzyme that convert glucose to glucose 6-phosphate in the first step of glycolysis is option A hexokinase, B phosphofructokinase, C pyruvate kinase, and option D lactate dehydrogenase. So the correct option is A hexokinase. Hexokinase catalyzes the phosphorylation of glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, initiating glycolysis. Which type of joint is found between the atlas and axis vertebra? Option A ball and socket joint, B hinge joint, C pivot joint, and option D saddle joint. So the correct option is C pivot joint. Explanation: the joint between the atlas C1 and axis C2 vertebrae is the pivot joint, allowing rotational movement of the head, for example turning side to side. The oxygenase of gases, the exchange of gases in tissues, oxygen out and carbon dioxide in, is known as option A external respiration, B internal respiration, C cellular respiration, and option D ventilation. So the correct option is B internal respiration. The internal respiration refers to the exchange of gases between systemic capillaries and body tissue, delivering oxygen and removing carbon dioxide. Which mineral is essential for muscle contraction and nerve impulse transmission? Option A iron, B sodium, C calcium, and option D phosphorus. So the correct option is C calcium. Calcium ions are crucial for muscle contraction, neurotransmitter release at synapses, and blood clotting. The main nitrogenous waste excreted by human is option A ammonia, B urea, C uric acid, and option D creatinine. So the correct option is B urea. The human body excretes excess nitrogen mainly as urea via the kidneys, which is less toxic and water soluble. The primary pacemaker of the heart is option A right atrium, B left atrium, C right ventricle, and option D left ventricle. So the correct option is A right atrium. So the SA node, the heart pacemaker, is situated in the wall of the right atrium and initiates electrical impulses for the heartbeat. If you like this video, please subscribe my YouTube channel. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद है, बराए मेहरबानी मेरे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें. Which hormone increases blood calcium level by stimulating bone respiration? Bone resorption. Option A, calcitonin. B, parathyroid hormone PTH. C, aldosterone. And option D, insulin. So the correct option is B, parathyroid hormone. The parathyroid hormone secreted by the parathyroid glands raises blood calcium by promoting calcium release from bones, enhancing absorption in the intestines and reabsorption in the kidneys. The process of forming glucose from non-carbohydrate sources is called option A, glycolysis. B, gluconeogenesis. C, glycogenesis. And option D, lipolysis. So the correct option is B, gluconeogenesis. Gluconeogenesis occurs mainly in the liver, producing glucose from amino acids, lactate and glycerol during fasting or starvation. Thank you for watching my videos.